welcome to the Mark and Me podcast in person.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's good to see you in the flesh. Last time it was on Zoom.
That's right, yeah. Aye. Was that still the great everyone works from home thing?
It's that whole thing. But it's good to actually see
better.
you and know you're real.
This is better, yeah. Now I can't lie to you.
Exactly, and I'll be able to tell. But last time we talked all about basically your growing up, the first gigs you went to,
right?
First albums. We did it all.
Okay.
So let's talk about festivals.
Okay.
When you were growing up, were you a festival goer? Were you that guy that went
No.
to? No?
No, and I'm still not.
No?
I know, it's weird, isn't it? People always think that I'm like seeing my family and stuff, they're like, oh, you must have been to loads of festivals as a punter, and I'm like,
nope.
Not for me. The first one I went to was Tea in the Park, 2005 or something like that.
Okay.
Roughly, maybe 06, maybe 05. And I wasn't really much of a drinker as a teenager.
No.
Because I played a lot of golf growing up. So I just never wanted to be hungover because I took golf really, really seriously as a wee guy. So I was already kind of anxious about that. And I'd been this massive build-up for I don't know, man, maybe 8 years of childhood and adolescence about I'm going to be old enough to go to Tea in the Park, and I built it up in my head. Got there, and it hammered it with rain. And I was at the time, my girlfriend stayed really, really close, 20-minute drive from the site, and we just went back.
I was going to say, fuck this off, let's go home.
Yeah, we just went home. But we came back the next day and went to see people, but nah, it's not my thing.
It's funny because with your band, you can play 2,000 Trees.
Yep.
You can play local festivals. You can even be on the bill for download. And there's not many. Some people are just in one category where it's you're a rock band, you should only play metal festivals.
Yeah.
But it's really great that you're versatile, like bands like Biffy Clyro, like Idlewild, like the bands that are adaptable. And it's really great that you get so much respect at a festival that's really known for its metal, but you've still got that appeal.
Man, we don't understand why, but we don't
question it. Just
no,
enjoy
it's
it. Yeah.
Great. You know what? Even going back to my the answer before, I'm maybe a bit spoiled by that because we don't. That I've been to all these different types of festivals, like you're saying, and even in Europe and in America and stuff like that, we've done like you're saying, we can play what did we do? We've done Glastonbury.
Yeah.
But then we did the Warped Tour.
It's insane,
and I don't think
isn't
that really
it?
happens. I think there's probably, you can count on one hand the amount of bands that have done both of those things, but we don't really know why. We try to not think about it in case we ruin.
Oh, someone's oh, actually, yeah, you're right. Let's cancel all their future shows that
that
have got any kind of rockability.
I mean, when one of the first things that we decided as a band, definitely in the very beginning, was to always try and evolve. Because a lot of bands kind of say that they're gonna, but then they put their album out and all it is they introduce a synth pad.
Yeah.
But actually it's just the same band in the same genre but with a couple of new instrumental elements. And so we were really quite keen on what would happen if we actually sidestepped genre and went from, because our first attempt is this weird math rock pop thing, and then we did the kind of more straight kind of alternative rock, hard rock. I'm just going to go through all our albums here and do it.
No, do you know what's really good? I think I've talked to you. I may have talked to you about this on the podcast, but my favourite bands are bands that evolve. So, Thrice,
cool.
I absolutely love. They never play it safe. Radiohead, Paramore. They're bands, I will listen to because they never play it safe.
I mean, that's even an eclectic, list of bands.
But
so
it is.
Obviously,
but it's something that I like. I'm excited because I don't know what to expect from their next album, and you fall under that category, even with Biffy Clyro.
Thank you. It's a massive compliment.
Listen to Black and Sky, and then listen to Infinity Land. It's not just, we've added a bit of a tambourine or something. We've got...
It's a different
songwriter
or something.
You bring in puzzle,
and
you're let's add string section, let's add a choir, let's add everything.
Yeah.
Let's add the synths, and...
I literally try to be it's a new band.
Yeah.
And I've forgotten how to write any of those songs, and now I only know how to write this type of... I go do you know what? We've probably done it too extreme. We always joke.
Do you worry that you might put some fans off that are starting to be I love this band, and then they go and see them and they're like, I fucking hate the new stuff.
I know that we do that. And when we're in the studio, we kind of know that we're doing that, but we can't help but satisfy our own itch that needs scratched.
Yeah.
Because then we feel like we're being authentic, and we feel like we're being unfiltered, and we kind of feel like that's our job. You know what I mean? We're being given the opportunity by music fans to like create art as a living.
Yeah.
And we take the responsibility quite seriously, I guess. Even although some of the songs are just kind of throwaway pop, sugary things, we got obsessed with how hard that is to do.
Yeah.
And then we and then we just went too far with that, and then we go, so yeah.
Any regrets with it, or are you just happy because you're being authentic and being what you want to be?
Yeah, no, I think there's probably some, I think probably 80% happy.
Yeah.
And then there's probably 20% that was like, I was probably just being a bit arrogant there, or a bit too extreme in my like artistic.
But perhaps you're just being adventurous because you want to feel inspired. If you're getting bored, your music's going to sound boring. Because you're not inspired.
I get bored easily. Just nothing to do with music. I just get bored like very, very quickly. So, and it's a good, like myself and Ross. Like Ross is very good at seeing something through.
Yeah.
Whereas even halfway through some of the decisions, like, okay, on this record, I want to explore like classic songwriting versus like modern song structure, or whatever. Like, once we decide, like Ross is unwavering. I leave halfway through. I'll be like, oh, what if we did this and added that and blah blah blah. And he's like, remember, we're doing this. So we've been
a good. Keep you on the straight then.
I will be a good writing team.
Otherwise, you'll end up sounding like Rush on your next album. 12-minute
if it was up to me,
prog.
Hey, that would be. I would love that. I would love to do a prog record.
I can say we inspired it at Download.
It would be a nightmare to write and record and tour, but it would be an achievement. One more like subgenre of rock music.
That'd be amazing.
To add.
Tell me your story about Simon Neil. Then we've got a bit of time. I think
because you were showing me your tattoo.
Yeah.
Because we've gone on to be friends and like from touring, because Biffy took us on tour 2008, like really, really early.
I was there, dude. I was watching those shows. Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. I've seen Biffy Clyro 67 times.
Wow, cool.
Like I adore them.
I couldn't tell you. Yeah, I mean I do too. Like they're, especially where I'm from in Scotland, they're like pioneers of not just music but like touring and
of course
being professional, and like they really gave us
the
a
nicest
solid
guys out there.
Like we've played, going back to golf, played golf with Ben and James, and they really let you know that they like cared about us, you know what I mean? And I think I tried to tell Simon this, like maybe when I was like 15, after school one day I went to Office, the shoe shop, and I was just like browsing the shoes and this was when I think Infinityland was out, and this was like my peak of being like, there's no better band on the planet than Biffy.
Glitter and Trauma.
I just was like obsessed.
Yeah.
And Simon walked in with his manager, and I just was like so starstruck. I kind of panicked and said to his manager, like, "Who are you, mate? Are you like are you security?" Thinking that, because to me he was this like rock god, and he was like, "No, I'm his manager, blah blah blah." And he went, "Why don't you get a picture or something like that?" And I think at the time I didn't have a smartphone.
No.
You know, this is before smartphones. Some people had them, but I didn't have one. So I got like out of one of my school books, ripped a piece of paper and got Simon to like, he wrote like, "To Sam, stay cool, love Cy," and it was his name backwards.
Yeah.
And I just stared at it, dude, for like for honestly like 2 years.
You should have gone home and got it tattooed like me.
I had it like pinned on my wall at one point at home. So it's just mad that then we've gone on to
share the stage many times.
Yeah, it's bizarre, man. It still feels quite surreal to call them friends, and they're kind of like mentors in a way. I probably would feel comfortable calling them that. Yeah.
They're getting told that we've got, is it a couple of minutes left? Yeah, that's fair.
1 minute. My God.
What we did last time is we asked you on the spot to pick a song that plays at the very end of the episode. A song that inspires you, a song that means a lot to you personally. I'm still doing it even though we're at the festivals this weekend.
Okay.
So is there a song that you absolutely love that you want to be played after we've had this little conversation? It can be any song in the world.
What did I say the last time? Who knows?
Mate, I've done 440 episodes. I would love to remember. But it can be anything you want.
Like Bruce Springsteen, Thunder Road.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that thinks you might have picked a Bruce Springsteen song last time, but it doesn't matter.
Hey, I'm consistent.
That's good.
Consistent.
Dude, let's not leave it so long. Come back on soon.
Okay, hold on. I'll change just in case.
All right, okay.
Paul McCartney, Jet.
Nice.
Yep.
You're going for the big hitters here.
That's I'm not subtle with
no,
that.
No, it's good. But let's not leave it so long. I'll catch up with you at 2000 Trees.
Yeah.
And we'll hang out.
Sounds good.
Awesome, dude.
We'll
Thanks
be
for
there.
coming back on.
Nice one, man. Thank you.